Common sense. In the Revolutionary War, Thomas Paine actually wrote a pamphlet called Common Sense. And George Washington said that pamphlet was the number one reason that they won the war. At the Revolutionary War, and I wasn't there, even though some people have accused me of my age of being there, there were three groups of people. One were the people that were the rebels and that were fighting Great Britain. Number two were the ones that really supported Great Britain, and they wanted status quo and keep what they had. They loved Great Britain. And then number three was the undecided. And the majority of the people at this time were undecided. At the time, your buddy George Washington was 2-7. He had won 2 battles and lost 7. So if he'd have been a coach, he'd have been fired. So George is 2-7, and the undecided don't know exactly what they're going to do. And Thomas Paine writes a pamphlet called Common Sense, and he makes 3 points. Number one, nobody's better than anybody else by birth. In England, your status was determined by your birth. If you were born to a king or a count or a nobleman, you were a nobleman. And if you were born to a peasant, you were a peasant. And there was no rising from peasant to noble. You were by birth. And Paine said nobody should be king by birth. Number two, nobody should be taxed unless they have a voice. And number three, there is no way that a small island should rule a large country as the United States and make policy for that entire country. They read Common Sense to the soldiers going to Trenton. They won the battle at Trenton, and it turned the war. And George Washington said common sense won the war. Be the best you can be. And you do that by making this a great day.